and you say, cover up, Nolan had a phone. They say Nolan left his phone on the boat. Now, we all know teenagers don't leave their phones nowhere. I was recently on the boat. Last time I was on the boat a couple of years ago, and I had my phone on me the entire time. Because what if something happens? That phone don't do me no good on land. And in fact, everybody I know had their phone on them on the boat. So, okay, let's say you want to swim. You take your phone off your person, and then you jump on in the water. I seriously doubt that Nolan jumped off in some water and left his phone behind. I seriously doubt that. I seriously doubt that he jumped on another boat and left his phone on another boat.
I don't believe he drowned. I believe he was killed. But I'm a judge that has to weigh all the evidence. Preliminarily, that's what I see. You don't leave your friend on an island seeing that he has left his phone and not at least go back. You came there with him. You left him there, you say, because he wanted to stay. But you notice that he's left his phone. How was he going to get home in the first place?
Back to Cito. And the guy said, the boat is sinking. I want to get this boat unsank and towed back. That is the statement made to the dispatch, right? Dispatch calls Cito and says, hey, it sounds like a bunch of kids on board Horn Island. He wants you guys to go out there and unpump the boat and then tow it in. Right? And now, I'm doing this because it's a circus, ain't it? Cito's statement. Before assistance was rendered, the vessel owner advised that Cito was no longer needed because help had already been obtained. Cito's involvement concluded at that point. Crump, I need that 100K, my baby.
Show your face. Show your face, please, with sugar on top.
Now, if you've seen the last video we did covering this, I made it very clear how I feel about this Nolan Wells case, and I told y'all that there's a lot of weird antics going on within this case that I just can't get jiggy with. Aside from the friends, aka potential suspects, and the obvious melee that's been going on when it comes to them, and no one being arrested nor questioned yet, I told y'all the parents kind of rubbed me the wrong way when I was watching their interviews. At first I was team Nolan Wells and let's find out what really happened. But their behavior during the interviews kind of made me scratch my head. On top of that, they brought in the infamous lawyer Ben Crump and Al Sharpton. Now, before I even go further, I don't know about y'all, but whenever I see Al Sharpton get involved in a worldwide case concerning melanated people, it's automatically a red flag, but that's just me. I have my reasons, and if you know history, then you know what I'm alluding to. But also, many people don't know about the man Ben Crump himself and his history neither. Now, instead of breaking everything down concerning him, I'ma just tell you the past clients he has represented, and maybe you'll catch my drift. Ben Crump has represented the likes of Trayvon Martin's case, Michael Brown, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Tamir Rice, and Daunte Wright. So ask yourself, what do all them people in their situations have in common? And then ask yourself if it's a coincidence that Ben Crump has represented all of them over the years. And once you ask yourself that, then ask yourself how. Simple questions. But now that you kind of got an understanding of why I feel how I feel, let's get more into the sketchiness involving this Nolan Wells case that we all kind of seen coming. Now, as y'all know, Nolan Wells had passed away during a 4th of July boating trip, according to news sources, where he was reportedly missing and found deceased days later. Since his passing, nothing has been making sense when it comes to the stories his friends have been telling, and they have been moving very suspicious. But on top of all that, all of the friends that he went on this boating trip with, despite their conflicting stories, have yet to be considered suspects, despite them being some of the last individuals to see Nolan alive officially. Now, there's a whole bunch of details concerning this case that we can get into, but we're focusing more on the new updates in regards to it. So if you would like to get caught up on everything, click through the platform and find some of our previous videos we did in regards to the situation. Now, today we're going to go over a few things we know now and also highlight a few others that have been concerning due to the way the police have been handling this case. We already told y'all about the former Judge Carlos Moore But now Nancy Grace have joined the conversation and she has her foot on their necks. And to make matters worse, yesterday was Nolan Wells' celebration of life event, and let's just say the people that showed up was his real friends. But I bet y'all can't guess who didn't show up. Take a wild guess. Well, I'ma let the cat out the bag. Now, one person that went to Horn Island with Nolan the night he passed away went to that celebration of life event. Not one. But I think we all knew they weren't to begin with, because allegedly, when people feel guilt, it's kind of hard to face the people who are in turns victims behind that guilt. But anyway, the friends that were there held it down, performed Nolan Wells' favorite dance to do, and showed support for him, as they were also the same ones that showed up to his mother's house when the news first broke out about his passing. Now, with all that being said, we're going to get into a few videos by a few creators updating us on a few sketchy things that have came out recently, as well as friends at the celebration of life event. But before we get into it, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, hype the video so we can get into the algorithm, and if you not subscribed to the platform already, make sure you do so now. Let's get into it. Hold up, y'all. There's no way you're watching this video for free right now. Well, you could be getting paid literally just for playing games while this video play in the background at the same time. Only difference is the increase in your bank account. Now, I'm not saying you'll get rich, but I am saying that you can easily make something while doing nothing except for sitting on the couch playing games if you download the app Free Cash. Tap or click the link I pinned in the comment section, or scan the QR code that I put right here on the screen. Also, if you use my link right now, they give you a little something to start off with just for signing up. So if you want a little Uber Eats or something to snack on and don't feel like dipping into your own wallet, play a few games so you don't have to spend your own ends. Now let's get back to the video. Now, before we get into everything else, let's start with a kid by the name of Lucas Avis, who claims he was friends with Nolan, but also states that he's seen him on Horn Island on July 4th, and according to him, he was quote-unquote hammered and slurring his words. Y'all check this out.
Service Sam here for a Nolan Xavier Wells update, and a so-called friend, I guess, Lucas Avis, is speaking up saying that he saw Nolan that day, July 4th, and is saying he was drunk, slurring his words. Check this out.
There were so many people. I mean, boats, they were like on top of each other almost. Like, I mean, it was intense. He's pretty hammered. He would slur his words. His movement was slow. They have been taken by the current, and I'm guessing he drowned. There's a certain part of the island where the current is pretty strong.
My question is, why is he just coming forward now? And this again is pushing this narrative that Nolan was just drunk and everything. But if there was boats on top of each other, again, how, I understand riptides and everything, but how do they miss Nolan drowning? None of that makes any sense to me at all. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Secret Service Sam out, Samson for president of the world.
Now let me fill y'all in on something. He made a statement for the first time 17 days later from when it really mattered. When everyone was asking for information, he never came out, but 17 days later, here he is. Now this can mean one of two things. When that other friend previously said allegedly the friends Nolan was with are known for having a certain drug and allegedly was trying to get Nolan to do it, maybe this is a result of that. Or, like the former judge Carlos Moore said, if these kids were in fact intoxicated and had alcohol within their system, somebody brought it for them because they was underage. And at that point, somebody needs to be held accountable. Or lastly, maybe Lucas is just trying to paint a narrative, making it seem like Nolan's disappearance could have been due to how hammered he was and unaware of things. I'm not sure which one it is, but y'all let me know what y'all think it is in the comments. Now this also plays into the next video. A woman by the name of Kimberly on Instagram have been following this case very precisely and pointing out a bunch of things that haven't been making sense neither. In this one video, she explains that a girl by the name of Lucy and another one by the name of Natalia, they need to be investigated because they know more than what they say, and they have been spotted in that picture in the pool with Nolan and the other guys. So maybe they know a little bit more than the average. Y'all check this out.
Now, this is Natalia Mossy. This is Lucy Seal. This is the pool party at the Mossy's residence. locate Lucy and Natalia in this picture, and we need to call them to the front of the room because they need to go to the police and tell them what happened and get that $125,000 and split it.
Now, if you're wondering who's Lucy and Natalia, well, I'm not sure who they are. But if those are in fact the two girls that was in the pool, this will make perfect sense. Because in a previous video we did covering this subject, we brought y'all a post by a girl named Alasia Spencer, who was at the pool party, allegedly according to her, and stated what she saw. Not gonna get into the whole post, y'all can watch our previous videos about it. But towards the end of that post, she mentioned the names Lucy and Natalia as she would state, quote, "So yes, Nolan came to the party and yes, we was drinking. But Wyatt and Evan and Morgan and Andrew was really high. And I think they were trying to get Lucy and Natalia to try some as well. But yes, they got into it again at the pool party. It didn't end until almost 1 a.m. So if this is in fact true, Natalia and Lucy can confirm whether drug consumption was happening at any point in time and confirm whether they was offered some or not, and if they was, who was the people offering it to them. So if you ask me, this is enough grounds for these girls to be questioned as well, right? Now here's another update we will hear, because allegedly the Cajun Navy asked if dogs can search the boat that Nolan and his friends was on, and come to find out they were denied. Now if you aren't guilty, why wouldn't you want the dog to search the boat? It's no different than watching body cam videos, and when guys are asked if police can search their vehicle, their whole persona change and they say no, and clearly the cops know that something is in there.
Here, and it is coming out saying that the Cajun Navy asked if dogs could search the boat that I guess Nolan was allegedly on, and that they denied having dogs search their boat. Now, if there was no foul play, if there was nothing that happened, why would they refuse dogs to go on the boat to obviously smell for wrongdoing? This is just new information, so I need to check and verify this, but there is a lot of suspicion. I saw Officer Tatum went down to that funeral and is calling Ben Crump and Al Sharpton a disgrace and saying that he's got information that'll prove these boys innocent and that everybody's making it about race. But Officer Tatum is the true disgrace in this. But again, these boys refuse to let dogs on the boat, and we need to know why. If there was nothing wrong, why would you have a problem with somebody searching the boat, doing whatever they need to find out that there was no foul play? Let me know what you guys think. Secret Service Sam out. Samson for president of the world.
Speaking of boats, another kid by the name of Javon, who claimed to be a very close friend of Nolan's, would do an interview speaking on what he knows concerning the incident, allegedly. As he was speaking, his mother could be seen giving him a nudge, and social media found that very, very suspicious.
You recall seeing him at all that day?
Yes, ma'am. I did see him when I was out there on the island.
You know, this friend of his, Trayston, also told ABC that that video people have been talking about that was said to show some sort of altercation, it did not involve Nolan. He said it was actually him yelling in the video, and that you and a family member were holding him back because he'd been in a fight. Is that accurate?
Yes, ma'am. We were calming Trayston down. In that video where he said, "Give me my effing phone back," it sounds like him. So I'm pretty sure that he was right on that, but
one user in the comments would state, quote, incriminating himself. I believe he is doing these interviews to deflect any suspicion coming his way, but it's getting worse. And mom nudging him says it all. The truth will be revealed. Another user would state, quote, his mother is bogus. It's something that she's hiding, and that's a shame. If that were her child, she would want all answers, but she's trying to keep her son from speaking. Now, Javon had been questionable because aside from the nudging, he was the same one in the beginning where social media found out that he said that allegedly that Nolan wasn't the one on the island saying, "Give me my effing phone." Instead, he said it was him, allegedly. But then he changed his story and said that it wasn't him, and it was in fact Nolan Wells, allegedly. Now, people are saying that these boys are messed up now because they done woke up Nancy Grace and got her started. Nancy is a journalist who also worked as a prosecutor in the Atlanta Fulton County District's Attorney Office. mostly known for being boisterous, witty, and outspoken, but also standing up for victims' rights. So in the first video she would speak on Nolan Wells' case, she would have this to say. Y'all check this out.
Nolan Wells bombshell tonight. The dead teen's messages deleted after his body washes ashore. Caitlin, now allegations have reared their ugly head that his phone has been tampered with and items have been deleted. Explain.
They had his phone. And when his mother was looking for his phone when he was missing, there were two different ways to identify it, either a Snapchat location or a Life 360 location. They showed different locations, which is very possible because one updates automatically, the other only updates when you open the app. But when she finally tracked it down, she says there was nothing on it from that day.
Okay, I'm sure Life 360 and the iPhone industry is going to call you on that. I'm really surprised at this juncture, Mobley, that you'll actually argue with digital forensic evidence. But okay, who should I believe? You or the phone, the Life 360 and the iPhone tracker?
I want to be clear. That's
but
not,
that said, the reason I asked you, I'm hearing something, and it's you, Mobley.
Then she would go at it with a forensic expert about Nolan Wells' body condition. Y'all check this out.
Dr. Kendall Krause, thank you for being with us. Okay, I don't have a ruling from the medical examiner. It should be apparent if drowning was the COD, cause of death. That should be very apparent by simply autopsying the lungs. Also, you'd know immediately if there were signs of trauma. I've seen the photos of his body on the beach, but as Todd Terrell from United Cajun Navy stated, the body was face down, so I couldn't see the face, the neck, the arms, the hands for defensive wounds. I couldn't see if there were bruises to the torso. I couldn't see if the skull was fractured. None of that. I couldn't see if teeth were missing. But it seems to me if those exhibited, we would know there had been blunt force trauma, stabbing, shooting, manual or ligature asphyxiation. We would know that. But yet, we know nothing. So, to me, that would rule out drowning or trauma. Are they waiting on toxicology? Is that what they're waiting on? And why would the body have been sent for an independent autopsy? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. But what's going on, Dr. Kendall Krause?
Okay, to start with, he was in the water for several days. I'm sure the water in that area is warm, so his body is going to be decomposing. He'll have skin slippage. He's going to have bloating from the decompositional gases and then purge fluid coming out of his mouth and other orifices. So then you also probably have post-mortem animal scavenging or marine aquatic life scavenging that can create marks on the body as well. So at autopsy, your question, wouldn't you be able to see the evidence of injury? Yes, you should still be able to see injuries, bruises, stab wounds, gunshot wounds, all that, even in decomposition, can still be seen, can still be determined. He doesn't sound like he's been consumed by aquatic life to the point that he's skeletonized in the front of his body. So my assumption is you would still be able to see injuries. Now, they have not given a definitive cause and manner of death yet, because to me that means there's no obvious signs of injuries or no obvious cause of death. Because drowning, yes, the lungs can swell and be heavy with fluid, but this can also happen with drug overdoses. So differentiating a drowning from a drug overdose is difficult.
No.
So you
N-O. Yes.
Well, I don't know how many autopsies of
manifest in the same.
But I've done a lot, so
absolutely zero. But I don't need to have my MD or be the lecturer at Burnett School of Medicine to know that if the lungs are full, and it could be drowning or fluid caused by an overdose. Can't you get the fluid and test it?
So testing of the fluid from the lungs, there's nothing to test for. What you're going to look for is the pulmonary edema or fluid in the lungs. You're going to try and differentiate a drug overdose from drowning with a toxicologic study, which is what they're doing, and that can take up to 6 to 8 weeks. Drowning is a diagnosis of exclusion because it can mimic so many other things, including a drug overdose. You want to rule those things out before you determine cause and manner of death. And that's probably what they're doing. They're making sure he didn't overdose before they make the decision that he drowned. Now, the second autopsy being done, that's just the family obviously has no confidence in the local medical examiner / coroner system, and they've sent it to an independent person to do a second autopsy. Not uncommon, especially in cases that are more high profile or there's some sort of dispute, and they send it to an independent person to do a second autopsy to see what they can find. And from my knowledge, the information on that still isn't out yet. So they're also probably trying to find out what the toxicologic studies are going to show before they make a decision. So right now, we're kind of pending on what drugs he has on board before they make a cause and manner of death statement.
Dr. Kendall Crowns, I understand, and I also understand your explanation regarding the potential drowning fluid in the lungs as opposed to or compared to the fluid in the lungs if there had been an overdose. If he's found right there, face down, it looked to me like in the surf, not out in the water floating, but up on the beach. So even if that was the least of it, the water still would have gone into his nose and mouth. If he were alive, he could have inhaled it or ingested it, even if a drug overdose was the true COD, which would require, I guess, what, Dr. Krause, a dual finding of drowning and OD. And I'll just state for the record, let it be noted in the record, that I have never performed an autopsy, but I'm glad you pointed that out. So what about the fluid in the lungs if there had been an OD? And by the way, there is no suggestion that drugs were used that day. None whatsoever.
Okay, y'all. Now today Nolan was laid to rest, and they had a going away / celebration of life event for him, where his friends showed up and showed out as they performed Nolan's favorite dance. Y'all check this out. Now keep in mind, y'all, Tyler Perry, former NFL star Terrell Owens, and Al Sharpton and Ben Crump are supposed to be offering $125,000 for anybody with information that can lead to an arrest in this case. Later on today, it's also been stated that Ben Crump, followed by Al Sharpton, are presenting the results of the autopsy, and this should be interesting. I just hate the fact how they do in this case and treating it like a public situation where everything's just mainstream, everything is media or social media, and putting on a show. To be honest with you, we just want the truth and the details, and whatever injustice happened to Nolan Wells be brought to the light as soon as possible, but also people involved be held accountable as well. But on another note, Terrell Owens made a tweet in regards to Trump and called him out to demand justice for Nolan Wells himself, as he would tweet stating, quote, "If you can make a call to overturn a call for a soccer match, then you can make a call for the justice of Nolan Wells. As it relates to this case and many, many others, race matters. Our melanated kids are dying at an alarming rate due to racism. When is it going to stop? As the facts of this case are being investigated, just know that President Trump has said that federal authorities should help ensure justice is served in high-profile cases when appropriate. There is no time like now. He himself needs to do the right thing. My heart and prayers go out to the family of Nolan Wells. I am with you. We are with you. Hashtag justice for Nolan Wells." So there you have it, y'all. It's a lot going on with this case, and I think not only is the disrespect so blatant, but the lack of urgency. the lack of effort and the lack of empathy that has been displayed by the police department in Ocean Springs have been shown, and is very, very blatant. There's too many inconsistencies in this case for them to be acting like there aren't. But as I told y'all before, it's something fishy about this case, but I'll let you guys come to your own discernment. So rest in peace to Nolan Wells, and y'all jump in the comments, let me know what y'all think about this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'ma keep on dropping. I'm out. Are you tired of a bunch of social media gurus promising you results with their course, but all they do is take a bunch of information off YouTube and Google, then sell it to you? Well, look no further. Our YouTube Tips and Tricks Masterclass course comes equipped with SEO tips and tricks, along with methods we use to growth hack our YouTube channel. It also includes step-by-step ways to publish your video before uploading to guarantee a great SEO score, therefore your videos can rank and be shown to a bigger audience. Views and subscribers don't come by luck, and just how YouTube have an algorithm, you should have one as well that can guarantee you results. We doing websites and softwares we personally use to generate money creating Faces YouTube channels. If you also would like to skip the process and just buy other pre-built accounts, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook, we also threw that in there for you too. We went through trial and error, so you don't have to. Click the link in the description or the comments and get started today.